Welcome to Worth Reviewing, and this is a new Renault Clio. The Clio has been running in the Renault family for 30 years now, and this is its 5th generation. Now, to put it straight, I genuinely think this is a cracking car, but is it worth reviewing? Let's find out. Let's start off looking around the outside of this car. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, whoa, easy Tiger. This looks more like a 4th generation facelift rather than a new model, the 5th generation. But it's not till you get into the inside of this car and drive it, as I'll show you later on. It's actually completely different and a lot better. But first of all, let's start off with the boot. Now the boot is boring as you'd ever expect. It's black, nothing special. You chuck stuff in, it does its job, kaboom. But this one is the biggest in its class, with 391 litres with the seats up and 1,069 litres with the seats folded down. Now I've done with the boot, let's jump inside. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the back we've got wind down windows. Who doesn't love wind down windows? Let's get inside. Now, it's not massively roomy in here, I will say that, but I'm not going to say, oh, I haven't got a lot of headroom, or oh, I get more legroom out of an EasyJet flight. It's a small car. If you want more room, get a bigger car. Now we're done with the boot and the back seats, let's move on to the more exciting bit, the front. The moment you've been waiting for. Are you ready? Tune. So the first you notice, apart from the fact the sun's in my eyes, the first you notice is the design, the layout, the quality of the materials is completely different compared to the 4th generation Clio. This generation is so much better. I've got to say, I'm very impressed. Well done, Renault. So first of all, on the 4th generation, we had the cruise control and the speed limiter down there, which was an absolute terrible decision. Whoever thought of doing that needs sacking. And good news, because whoever thought of that was sacked, because they're now on the steering wheel controls where they should be, because it's quite a main feature we use in the daily life. Next, we've got some nice finishing touches on the stalks around the steering wheel, as well as the engine start-stop, the gear knob, and the handbrake as well. Next to the handbrake, we've then got a place to put our key, a cup holders behind that, and behind that we've got some more storage space. We've then got even more storage space in front of the gear knob. We've then got 2 USB sockets, an auxiliary in socket, and a 12-volt socket as well. And above that, which is nothing exciting, we've then got the climate control. Although I must say, I actually like the design layout of this climate control system. Just 3 circle knobs, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's simple, but I actually like it. It does the job, but it looks quite smart when you're looking at it, I guess. We've then got some more controls, but they've just got eco stop start, eco mode, hazard lights, and central locking, as you guys can see. Above that is the infotainment system. Now I don't know why, but the actual system itself, if you're looking at it side angle, it reminds me of a TV that was around about 20 years ago or 30 years ago, with a massive box in the back, the wide bezel. I don't know why, but the actual infotainment system itself, it's actually alright to use. It's not laggy at all. It's fully customizable. It's got sat nav, or if you don't have a sat nav, it's Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as you'd expect, and every car now has got that. You can change the colours the way you want them. So now I've shown you the insides and the outsides of this car. Now let's take this car for a spin and see if it's worth reviewing. The first impressions of the Clio, I really liked it. And the second time I drove it, I still liked it. And the third time, I'm pleased to say, I still love this car. It really is a fun car to drive. It handles and performs so much better than its previous version. But enough of going back to the 4th generation, back to this one. So under the bonnet of this one is the 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol, producing 100 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in just over 11.5 seconds, and the top speed is 116 miles an hour, and you'll get around 54 miles per gallon from it. But there's other petrol engines available too, with more and less power. There's also a diesel option to choose from, and a hybrid is supposed to be coming later this year. But back to this engine, you don't actually feel the turbo kicking in till about 2,500–3,000 RPM. So you want more power? Keep your foot down. I even get a horsepower and torque gauge on my instrument cluster. How cool is that from a 1 litre turbo? The steering feels nice and sharp, although I can't probably test it today. As you guys can see, the weather conditions aren't particularly great. Gears feels nice and positive. It would have been nice to see a 6th gear, but I know some of this car's rivals, like the Ibiza, the Fiesta, with the same power outputs, they don't have a 6th gear, so it's more understandable. The price of the Clio starts at just over £14,500 and ends at just over £23,000, which is the RS line trim level. So compared to its rivals, it's the cheapest, and it is a good car. But is there anything wrong with it? Yep, only 2 problems. Number 1 is this boot. We open the boot, no problem. We do whatever it is we do in the boot, no problem. We close the boot, problem. This door handle is so uncomfortable, honestly, but each side of this handle digs right into your hand. Now, I know a lot of people can, what you can do on this car is close it at the top of the boot, like I'm showing you now. Although this car is clean, if this car is dirty, you're then going to get dirty fingers. So if we then use the handle, what it's there to use for, it's just not comfortable at all. Now, the second thing is this key fob, or this key, car key, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's a nice design, it looks really nice and very smart, and you always forget it's in your pocket. But there's a massive problem with this key, is that there's nothing to attach it to. If you've currently got a car with loads of keys, your house keys, or whatever it is other keys you've got, there is no way of attaching keys to this unless you super glue it. And even that, I don't think that'll work. That is really it. There is nothing else wrong with that car that I can fault. So, is it worth reviewing? Yes. And should you buy one? Yes. Now, if I'm totally honest with you, I'm not really a massive fan of Renault as a whole. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're probably good cars, but they just don't appeal to me. I drove the Renault Traffic quite a while ago and I reviewed that, which is on my channel. But as a whole, I always think Renaults are always a step behind other manufacturers, in the UK anyway. But since driving this Clio, it's made me think twice, and I genuinely think this is a fun and enjoyable drive. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my review. If you want to see my reviews in the past, click here or click here somewhere, wherever it's going to be. Or if you want to subscribe to me for future content, click up here. Thank you very much for watching.